I declare the convocation open. Chief guest for the occasion, Mr. S. Ramadurai, members of the Board of Governors, members of the Senate, faculty and staff of Pilani campus, winners of the Distinguished Alumnus Awards 2014, graduating class of 2014, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. It is my proud privilege to welcome you to this happy occasion and to present to you the Convocation Report 2014 on the occasion. It is a special honor for us to have Padma Bhushan Shri S. Ramadurai, Advisor to Prime Minister for Skills Development, and Vice Chairman TCS as our chief guest for a convocation in Pilani. We are deeply indebted to you, sir, for accepting our invitation. I will now present a report on BITS Pilani and its 4 campuses taken together. The report highlights its achievements while bringing out its future plans and the challenges BITS Pilani faces going forward. Professor Ragurama, Director of the Pilani campus, will present a report that is specific to the Pilani campus. As you are aware, BITS Pilani offers undergraduate, postgraduate, and PhD programs in science, engineering, pharmacy, management, and social sciences to over 11,500 students from its 4 campuses in Pilani, Goa, Hyderabad, and Dubai. While today's students in the undergraduate program account for nearly 88% of the student body, we expect the share of postgraduate programs and PhD programs to grow from the current 12% to 20% by the year 2020. This challenge reflects our growing emphasis on pursuing an agenda for research that aims to grow the number of PhD students from the current figure of 732 to over 1,600 by the year 2030. We are also aware that Pilani was, in 2005, the first institution in India to conduct BITSAT, an online examination for admissions to the undergraduate programs. But more importantly, it has conducted BITSAT every year for 10 years without any disruption. This summer, nearly 1,60,000 students took the exam seeking admission to its 2,200 seats in its 3 campuses in India. The exam, spread over 21 days, was conducted at 49 centers, including the ones in Srinagar and Agartala. This reflects our commitment to using technology to ensure that our admissions process is fair, transparent, efficient, and environment friendly. We are pleased to note that during the academic year 2013-14, 3,310 students have graduated from BITS Pilani with an undergraduate or postgraduate degrees. Of these, over 559 students will receive 2 degrees under the dual degree programs. An additional 58 students have graduated this year with a PhD In the coming years, we expect these numbers to grow significantly. By year 2020, the number of students completing an undergraduate or postgraduate degree is expected to surpass 3,800, and those graduating with a PhD should exceed 200. Thus far, I have reported on programs we run for students who reside on our 4 campuses. We are aware of BITS Pilani's pioneering role in offering 25 distinct undergraduate postgraduate programs to over 20,000 industry professionals. This year, over 4,800 industry professionals will graduate with a formal degree for the first time in their lives, or will have updated their skills to keep up with a fast-changing world. Going forward, the enrollment is expected to exceed 35,000 by 2020. Invariably and justifiably, BITS Pilani is ranked amongst the top 6 to 8 publicly or privately funded engineering institutions in India. Amongst universities, however, BITS Pilani's ranking has steadily improved from 21 in 2010 to 13 to today. International ranking agency QS has ranked Pilani at 90 amongst all universities in the 5 BRICS countries and 14 within India. While that may not attract accolade for us, Pilani ranks high on citations per paper and reputation amongst employers together with the IITs. Clearly, we cannot remain content with that. Based on benchmarking our performance on various parameters vis-a-vis other universities, we're now adopting best practices from elsewhere to climb newer heights. Going forward, we aspire to be listed as one of India's top 3 research-led technical institutes by academic year 2015-16 and be counted by 2021 amongst the leading 25 technical universities in Asia. While that may seem like a tall order, we have begun work on a new set of big-ticket imperatives under Project Mission 2015 that will, together, enable our faculty and students to excel in teaching, research, entrepreneurship, and industry engagement. I will outline some of the projects that we have completed last year. Later, I will mention imperatives that we have begun to focus on since last year. Our aggressive plan to recruit research-focused faculty continues to gain traction. In the last 3 years, we have made 325 offers to new faculty from a pool of nearly 27,000 applicants. I'm glad to share that 75% of the offers we made were accepted. What is more, many have doctoral or postdoctoral experience from the best universities in India or abroad. A PhD program and sponsored R&D projects are feeding into each other's growth. While the number of PhD students has grown from 417 to 732 during the years 2010 to 2014, the number of sponsored R&D projects approved last year has grown from 41 to 85, and the worth from rupees 6.5 crores to almost 16 crores this year. In May this year, we launched the new Center for Research Excellence in Water Waste and Energy Management, with projected investments of rupees 12 crores over the next 6 years. The virtual center has brought together faculty and students from across our 4 campuses and from different disciplines to develop real solutions to real problems in these areas. We hope to shortly launch another such center in the area of infectious diseases. Over the last 2 years, we have established business incubators in Hyderabad as also in Goa, with funding from DST and all the IT. 11 companies incubated on the Hyderabad campus have involved 8 faculty members and have already raised more than 1 crore rupees from angel investors. Similarly, with support from the Department of Information Technology, an incubator has been established in Goa, while the one in Pilani has been upgraded. With a view to improve quality of education, we have offered 2 courses on an experimental basis as MOOCs, or Massive Open Online Courses. Given the positive feedback from instructors and students, we have decided to offer many more MOOC courses to students enrolled in our on-campus and off-campus programs. And to do so, we have entered into an agreement with edX as a contributing member. You will recall edX has been established by a partnership by MIT and Harvard University in the US. At BITS, we are convinced courses offered to one's own students using this pedagogy, but blended with instructor-led problem-solving sessions and lab work would address shortage of good quality faculty in universities, colleges, polytechnics, and I dare say ITIs in India. I will now turn my attention to the 7 imperatives that we have taken up as part of Mission 2015. I will, however, speak about only 2 of them, which to my mind are game changers. The other imperatives are faculty and staff development, industry engagement, innovation and entrepreneurship, internationalization, and interdisciplinary research. I will speak about the two that are not listed thus far. The first, technology enablement is a game changer for us. Other than experiencing year-on-year increases in students taking the online BITSAT exam, we are reaping rich dividends in the form of conserving faculty time from the high-definition video conferencing and classroom facilities we have established across our 3 Indian campuses. Now that a full-scale implementation of ERP is nearing completion, we can see how ERP will impact transparency and speed in the way we do things. Going forward, we are on track to completely automate the process of recording and analyzing attendance in classes. For a country with a growing economy and growing aspirations, technology has to be at the core of expanding opportunities for improving quality of education. Pilani aspires to be a leader in this area. Quality assessment and assurance is central to what we do as an institution engaged in teaching and research. To do so is insisting that we collect and analyze feedback from students, faculty, industry partners, and employers, among others. And to do so, we are putting in place a data analytics office which will produce reports periodically for the leadership to review. We are proposing to similarly track quality of research publications as reflected by the journals where we publish and by the number of citations for each paper. Projects proposed under Mission 2015 are part of a larger plan to transform Pilani to become one of India's finest science and technology institutions. I must pause here and speak about the challenges that limit the growth of universities, particularly those that are independent and not publicly funded. While there are many challenges, I will focus on the challenges that relate to 1. Funds for creation of lab infrastructure to support research, and 2. Rising costs of providing quality education and consequently rising tuition fees. As a country that dreams of double-digit economic growth, we will need to grow student enrollment in universities to more than 50 million from the current 26 million. The investments required for the anticipated growth or to upgrade existing universities and colleges is estimated to be rupees 22 lakh crores or more. The central question therefore is, how should we create high-quality institutions of higher education in India? Independent, privately funded universities are a significant part of the solution. Already, they play an important role, given that 64% of institutes of higher learning in India are not publicly funded. Yet, they enroll 59% of all our students. Among these, many together with Pilani stand out for the quality of education we impart. Going forward, large-scale participation by the private sector in higher education can become significant if and only if the government proactively encourages and incentivizes private education. Some of the required steps are clear. Clear procedures for land acquisition and for environmental clearances will hasten establishment of a new university. A proactive stance by regulators such as UGC and AICTE will allow development of innovative programs or instruction pedagogy. I propose 2 major steps which will empower private universities to increase capacity while boosting quality. The first proposal is to boost funding for research in universities. Constant engagement with research is a key reason why faculty at IITs or Pilani are able to deliver high-quality education to their students. However, research output of most private universities is poor because of the expense associated with establishing, maintaining, or upgrading laboratories that support postgraduate education and so on. Investments in these facilities is difficult to recover, since students in master's programs or PhD programs rarely pay tuition fees. While the central government has funds to create, expand, or rebuild government laboratories, funding agencies have limited funds to disperse. Or they simply discriminate against private universities by insisting that they arrange for 50% of the required funds. Some agencies have gone ahead and ruled that overheads that pay for expenses such as electricity will no longer be provided to private universities. In contrast to the Indian situation, top private universities in the US, such as MIT, Harvard, and Stanford universities, became research powerhouses by accessing public funds for research. In contrast to the Indian situation, top private universities in the US, such as MIT and Stanford University, became research powerhouses by accessing public funds disbursed by the National Science Foundation and the National Institutes of Health in the US, for instance. By offering equal access to public funds for research, the government will significantly boost quality education at independent private universities. The second proposal is for the government to offer a large number of scholarships which students can take to any public or private university. At many private universities, philanthropy supports the creation of new facilities and other one-time expenditures, but rarely pays for recurring expenditures. Tuition fees from students sustain year-on-year operations. In contrast, government institutions charge low fees precisely because they receive annual maintenance grants from the public exchequer. This seriously disrupts the level playing field between public and private institutions. Instead of directly supporting public universities, the government should consider financing students who study there but pay tuition fees through scholarships. Thereby, students can choose the college that best fits their educational interest, regardless of whether it is a private university or a public university. While access and affordability of higher education appears limited, we believe that a partnership between private initiative and government support would go a long way in building India's human capital. Before I close, I would like my faculty and staff to join me in congratulating our students who will be graduating today from Pilani campus. To all those graduating today, I hope you were able to get the most of what this Pilani had to offer, and that you will use your knowledge and expenditure fruitfully to serve the people of this country and those elsewhere. I wish you all the very best in your lives, both professional and personal. Do remain connected with your alma mater and visit us whenever you wish to. Congratulations once again. Mr. Ramjoy, thank you once again for agreeing to be with us at this very joyous moment. My faculty, staff, and students eagerly await to hear your convocation address. I would also like to thank the Chancellor, Shri Kumar Mangalika, and members of the Board of Governors for their unflinching support of its command. Last but not the least, I want to thank my faculty and staff at Pilani and elsewhere for their commitment to excel in every aspect of teaching and research, both inside and outside the classrooms. Their continued effort helps BITS Pilani retain its top position as a top destination for students, faculty, and recruiters. Thank you for your attention. Unfortunately, our Chancellor, Shri Kumar Mangalika, could not be here today to share his thoughts on the graduation, on your graduation. He has requested me to read out his message to you. Dear students, and I quote, let me begin with congratulating all of you who graduate today. This is indeed a milestone as you complete the first important leg of your journey through life. Today, you stand on the threshold of yet another journey, a voyage that will be marked by challenges and opportunities, adventures, and at times misadventures, and triumphs, of course. I'm sure that as the transition in your learning from academics to the journey of life begins, you will grapple with every situation and responsibility. That whatever you have learned here at Pilani will give you, to begin with, a firm toehold in the real world. Let me take this opportunity to briefly share a few of my thoughts on 5 key points. The first thing I would like to dwell upon is about the need for continuous learning. The shelf life of knowledge is decreasing at an amazing pace. If in your working life, it will be imperative to educate yourself and renew your knowledge and skills many times over. A lot of this learning will, of course, take place in the work environment. And again, a lot of knowledge can be acquired with the click of a mouse. Technology is a marvel today and accords you a staggering competitive advantage. You must learn how to leverage it. I believe the ability to keep in step with the knowledge curve will be one of the greatest challenges and a key determinant of your professional success. So keep learning a fresh day keep learning afresh day in and day out. The second point that I wish to make is that we live today in times of unprecedented opportunities. You have the leeway to choose what you wish to do, the kind of job you would like to do, the kind of life you would like to lead. You have to believe in the power of your dreams. Believe in yourself. Be perseverant and passionate and imagine your future. Too many young people give up on their dreams and hang on and hang in on the zone of comfort. I've always believed in the quality of one's future is determined or limited by the quality of one's imagination. It is not going to be as simple as it sounds. There will be hurdles to cross. You can either ride the current or be engulfed by it. It is up to you how to react. Being challenged in life is inevitable. Being defeated is optional. Look at failure as the crucible in which success is created and a learning experience as a process of trying out alternatives and irregularities. So go ahead and carve out your future in the long way forward. The third point is, even as you dream about your future, dream of what you can do for others. How can you make a difference? The sense of a larger purpose creates a sense of energy that can be simply awesome. Today, we see the world grappling with a whole lot of social, economic, environmental, and political issues. There are plenty of opportunities for you to engage in these areas. Come out with new answers and lasting solutions. Thinking beyond oneself will be an extremely rewarding and soul-lifting experience. The fourth point is about character. It is character that defines you. Character is what you are when stripped of your visible achievements and successes, when everything is taken away. Character is built on rock-solid values, honesty, integrity, and compassion. Giving your best and striving to be the best that you can ever be. Character is what people remember you for when you finally walk away from your day's job and hang up your boots, one day far into the future. Strength of character, it is what will define you throughout your life. So be men and women of impeccable character. And the last point that I wish to stress is to give back to your alma mater. You learned the basics of business at this school, basics that have created a platform for you to achieve your goals, fulfill your ambitions, reach the lofty heights you imagine for yourself, and it has given you so much more than knowledge. It has prepared you for the real world. Your alma mater is where the seeds of your future have been sown. When you look back years later, you'll remember the time here as the best days of your life. You will feel nostalgic about it. Hence, it is your duty to give back to bits with a sense of gratitude, by giving time to share your knowledge and the experiences with future students, by contributing monetarily to help deserving students who are short of funds, or to enable BITS to initiate development programs, and by helping enhance the reputation of your You can do your school proud. And as you begin your journey into the real world, let me wish you all great success and happiness every step of the way in your personal and professional lives.
Distinguished Chief Guest, Convocation Mr. Ramdore, Vice Chancellor Professor G.N. Jain, members of the Board of Governors, Directors, members of the Senate, faculty and staff colleagues and their spouses, graduating students and the parents, special invitees, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. The distinguished guests, the graduating students and the parents brought rings to Pilani, much needed relief from the summer or summer. Thank you for that. On this happy and joyous occasion, I extend a warm welcome to each of you. I take pleasure in presenting before you a brief summary of the achievements of our faculty and students of Pilani campus during the last 1 year. This is a very brief overview of achievements. The detailed report is in the booklet as well as in our annual report. We have 13 departments offering 14 degree programs at the first degree level, 19 degrees at the higher degree level and the PhD programs. Presently there are 3,536 first degree students, 501 higher degree students and 315 PhD students enrolled in the different programs in the Pilani campus. The faculty members have been working hard to excel in their fields of work, contributing to the growth of the institute, especially with a new focus on research. I'll skip reading the names of individual faculty members due to paucity of time, and I seek their understanding. The Chemical Engineering Department received project funding support of about 158 lakhs from different agencies this year. The department purchased equipment worth rupees 64 lakhs in last financial year to strengthen the various laboratories. During the year, the Civil Engineering Department were sanctioned research projects by various agencies and the total sanctioned amount was approximately rupees 198 lakhs. The department added various equipment and software worth rupees 35 lakhs in different labs to enhance the research capability. The EEE department received grant support of about 138 lakhs under the FIST program from GST. An international conference on advanced electronic systems was conducted by the department in collaboration with CSIR-CV. 4 faculty members of the department spent time in industries and universities in India and abroad under the different schemes supported by the institute. The Mechanical Engineering Department got sponsored projects worth 42 lakhs from GST. The Mechatronics and Automation Lab was developed and equipped with equipment and software worth 15 lakhs. The Central Animal Facility of the Institute, managed by the Pharmacy Department, received the license for breeding small animals for our use from the Ministry of Environment and Forest. Ours is the first private university to get this permission from government for breeding of animals in the facility. The CSIR's department organized the Indo-Chile workshop on big data at our Goa campus in June 2014. Opportunities for research collaboration between India and Chile have been identified. The faculty members of the Biosciences Department received a total of 10 research project grants by various funding agencies. The total amount sanctioned during the year amounts to about rupees 121 lakhs. The department also organized a 3-day workshop on molecular techniques self to DNA in April 2014. The Chemistry Department received a total grant of about 170 lakhs from again different agencies. This includes project grants received by the individual members, faculty members, and also the support received from UGC under the UGC SAT DRS2 program. The department has upgraded its research facilities. A 400 MHz NMR is being installed in the department as a central facility. The Department of Economics and Finance introduced a minor in finance as an option available to students of all disciplines. The MBA program conducted by the Management Department has been expanded to include functional areas of finance and marketing, in addition to technology management and IT-enabled services. The Department of Mathematics received a funding support of 100 lakhs from GST under the FIST scheme. The faculty members of the department received 4 grants totaling rupees 24 lakhs from different agencies. The faculty members of the physics department received project funding to the tune of 125 lakhs rupees during the year. The faculty members have established collaboration with a number of European US universities as well as PRL, IASC, RRI and CERI in India. The Department of Humanities and Social Sciences introduced a minor option in film and media during the year. The department also organized a theatre festival, first of its kind, by bringing professional theatre artists to the campus. To promote the innovation and entrepreneurship, a Pilani Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Society has been established. This year, rupees 23 lakhs has been disbursed to 3 startup companies under the TIDE scheme of the government. 6 startup companies have been identified for incubation. The Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership Cell at BITS Pilani campus received the Entrepreneurship Week India 2014 Premier Award for the North region for doing extraordinary work. I am happy to inform you that the NSS of BITS Pilani was honored by the Indian Red Cross Society in June this year for the highest collection of blood units among educational institutions of India during the year 2013 and 14. Friends, the project Parivartan to modernize and expand the physical infrastructure in Pilani is in full swing. We have entered phase 2 of the project. In phase 1, we inaugurated a new academic building which has several architectural innovations and are about to complete a new student hostel, a new workshop building and a new faculty housing complex. The rest of the project, with an the total project with an outlay of rupees 600 crore is expected to be completed by 2017-18. The institute continues to attract some of the best students within the country for the different programs that we offer. Apart from those who are admitted to the BITSAT exam, I am happy to report that this year, 17 first-rank students from different 12 examination boards in India will be joining BITS Pilani campus. Our students continue to receive recognition and awards at the national and international level. I will name a few. Some of them are in this audience, listening to the degree today. 8 students have been selected for the G Foundation Scholarship. 5 students were selected for the Every Denison Foundation Invent Scholarship. 3 students for the Aditya Birla Scholarship through national level competitions. Further, 233 students received the prestigious Inspire Scholarship by GST and 20 students received scholarship under the Kishore Vajnanic Prosahan Yojana, again funded by GST. 14 students of B.Pharm and M.Pharm were awarded Sir Ratan Tata Scholarship of up to rupees 1 lakh each. Samarth Hegde of MSc Biosciences topped the CSIR UGC NET Life Sciences exam this year, last year. Research scholars Amit Subudhi, Amit Kumar Subudhi and Sridhar were selected by Novartis to represent BITS in their training and leadership camp. Civil engineering students Viraj Vajital and Anvit Kumar Mittal along with the faculty member won the first prize in the All India Design Competition Student Design Challenge in BMA Design category. The team received a cash prize of 1,20,000 rupees. Besides, the all expenses paid trip to US to represent India at the global competition Autodesk Panorama in 2013 December. They, along with Akshay Bist, won the second prize in the AutoCAD Design Buildings category of another challenge. 3 students, Siddharth Avasti, Pragnesh Pahuja and Devyam Chaudhary got the summer internship respectively at Germany under the DAT Fellowship, University of Alberta, Canada under the METAX Global Link program, IAC Bangalore under the IAS SRF program. An interdisciplinary team of Society of Automotive Engineers participated in the Formula 1 International Racing Competition in Hungary for the first time. I important to note that the students fabricated the racing car completely at the central workshop here with its limited resources. That's an achievement. Many of the graduating students are selected for masters and PhD programs in reputed institutions in India and abroad. Others have opted for jobs and are selected by reputed Indian and multinational companies which have made attractive offers to them. Today, we will be recognizing 4 students for their exemplary academic performance in which Mr. Alumnus Awards will receive the gold medal, Mr. Hussain Yasir Mohsin and Mr. Akrim Gupta will receive the silver medals, and Mr. Pratham Jain will receive the bronze medal. Of course, while we recognize them, you are all winners here today who will receive the degrees. Their proud parents, our audience, and I, on behalf of all the faculty, congratulate these students and also their parents on these achievements. Its alumni have been a constant source of support to us. We will be honoring 3 of them today, and we are indebted to them and to all the alumni for their constant support and look forward to similar support in the future as well. This is only a snapshot. There are many other achievements which I have not read out today. All these have been made possible by our dedicated faculty, staff, and students. I wholeheartedly thank each of them. A number of my faculty colleagues, non-teaching staff, and senior students have worked during the tirelessly, often late into nights, within the last few days to make this convocation a success. It is such a team effort, teamwork, that is the essence of WITS, and I thank and salute them for their dedication. I thank our Chancellor, Mr. Kumar Mangupilla, for his constant support and encouragement. I also thank the members of the board for their support. Chief Guest, Mr. Ram Gore, sir, thank you for sparing some of your valuable time to be with us. Your presence surely is an inspiration to us. I once again congratulate our young friends here, all gathered to face the world outside. May all your dreams come true. Thank you. I now say a few words as an introduction of our distinguished chief guest. Mr. Ram Gore is the chairman of the National Skill Development Agency, NSDA, in the rank of a cabinet minister. The NSDA is an autonomous body which coordinates and harmonizes the skill development efforts of the government and the private sector to achieve the skilling targets of the nation. He is also chairman of the National Skill Development Corporation, NSDC, a public-private partnership arm of the Government of India for creating large, for-profit vocational institutions. Mr. Ram Gore continues as the Vice Chairman of the Tata Consultancy Services Limited, a company he has been associated with for the past 42 years. Mr. Ram Gore is also the Chairman of other Tata companies, Tata Elxsi Limited, Tata Technologies Limited, and CMC Limited. He is on the boards of a number of non-Tata companies and education institutions, which includes Hindustan Unilever Limited, DSC Limited, and the MIT Sloan School of Management. In June 2013, he was appointed as the non-executive chairman of the Air Asia India. In recognition of Mr. Ram Gore's commitment and dedication to the IT industry, he was awarded the Padma Bhushan, India's 3rd highest civilian honor in the year 2006. In April 2009, he was awarded the Commander of the Order of the British Empire by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II for his contribution to the Indo-British economic relations. Mr. Ram Gore is a well-recognized global leader and technocrat who has participated in the Indian IT journey. Some of you may know, Mr. Ram Gore captured this journey in a wonderfully personalized book titled The TCS Story and Beyond, which was published in the year 2011. Sir, I request you to deliver the convocation address.
Vice Chancellor Dr. Virendra Jain, Director Pilani, Professor Raguraman from Ahmad, Professor Alumnus Awards, Registrar, distinguished members of the Institute on the dais, faculty, students, parents, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very good morning. Let me begin by congratulating all the graduating students. It's a pleasure and honor to be invited to BITS Pilani for the Convocation ceremony. I must confess a long-felt desire to visit the institute, of which I have heard such good things, but given my hectic schedule, it never materialized till now. Having come here and having taken the tour, this has clearly made me realize what I missed over these years. The roots of BITS Pilani are over a century old, and thanks to the visionaries from the Birla family, the institute has grown in stature to become a very vital national asset. Back in 2009, BITS Pilani set itself a vision for the university to be rated amongst the top 3 technology schools in the country by 2015 and amongst the top 25 technology institutes in Asia by 2020. Today, it's rated number 1 amongst the private institutions or universities. So congratulations to you all. The creation of such institutions of national significance are the signature of business houses such as Tata's and Birla's who firmly believe in national development. It's from here in Pilani the technicians for defense services were trained during World War II when a technical training institute was set up. Today, India's finest minds in engineering, business, humanities are being given a very holistic education. An education that goes beyond domain inputs towards nurturing business leaders for the future. No wonder BITS is the institute of first choice of many students. The future of India is a hotly debated topic these days. Today we have a new and a strong government at the center. The push for reform has never been greater. The focus is on reviving the economy and getting it back on track to a 7 to 8% GDP growth with employment generation. The thrust is on creating a positive business environment and a sentiment conducive to the business environment, like I said, to create jobs. In fact, the creation of jobs was at the heart of the new manufacturing policy that aims to generate 100 million work opportunities by 2022. The only way this vision can be achieved is through an unprecedented collaboration between government, industry, academia and the social sector, and the need for technology and interdisciplinary collaboration is a must. Therefore, I believe this is a time for higher calling for all of us, not to just consider personal and institutional goals, but think beyond towards a larger common vision of what is good for the nation. It's within this context that we must talk about the expectations from institutes of higher learning, and BITS Pilani currently certainly falls within that, and the opportunities that it creates for leaders like you. The IT industry is always accused of moving too many engineers away from the traditional mechanical civil engineering fields. Such critics always point out the attractiveness of the IT industry was cultivated through investments by companies into the ecosystem, amongst them a very strong backward integration into the academic system. Training faculty, advising on curriculum, sharing trends, sponsoring research was not done for individual gain for any company, but for the shared benefit of the entire industry. No other industry has come together in this manner, and therefore, if there is one investment we need to make, it's in the creation of a rich ecosystem specific to the sector. My advice to you students is to play your part responsibly in the larger scheme of things. That's what visionary leadership is all about. By now you would have already made choices of the streams and sectors that you would like to work in, a choice made easier through the practice school program, which provided you the exposure to the real workplace environment. In fact, strong industry interface has played a major role in building excellence index. For a nation to grow, it needs new initiatives, new beginnings, and new entrepreneurs. This is where each one of you come in. More and more young people are choosing entrepreneurship over a paid job. There has been a lot of budding VC firms which have shot up in the recent past and who are looking at investment in startups. On sites like Kickstarter.com, wherein you could put your idea and anyone in the world can fund your idea, or completely redefining how funding is being done for new companies. Finally, the Government of India is also interested in investment in startups. It recently announced a 10,000 crore allocation to the creation of a startup fund for new companies to help them in their initial startup phase. Technology is redefining the traditional business models. Today one can get access to published basic research across the world. We can and must build models that quickly convert them into wealth-creating products and services. Fortunately, the India you step in is pregnant with opportunities in every sector, be it services, manufacturing, or agriculture. I mentioned agriculture because today land is one of the most valuable assets. So those amongst you whose families are landowners could consider how you can leverage this asset to create a business opportunity. Agriculture should no longer be considered a fuddy-duddy profession for rural farmers. There's a growing global market demand for organic food, floriculture, horticulture, processed foods, grape and winemaking. Technology across the entire supply chain from farm to field is extremely under-leveraged at present. Vertical farming, drip irrigation, soil solarization, seed technologies can help farmers move up from traditional crops to more exotic crops and vegetables with production more than 4 to 5 times what it is there today. Food processing technologies can enable value-added produce with better revenue. At the premium end, protein extraction from potato skin, whey protein are innovative unexplored opportunities for businesses. Therefore, your exposure to new technologies, access to knowledge and people, global processes and alumni networks can be leveraged to create a new business model for young millionaires coming out from agriculture-based businesses. Land access is also cited as a big stumbling block for those wanting to start manufacturing facilities. I was recently at a discussion where the government was reviewing the Land Use Act to ease the norms. This is one amongst many reforms that we are likely to see in the manufacturing sector. One strategy being seen as vital for job creation is expanding labor-intensive manufacturing in sectors such as textiles and garments, leather and footwear, gems and jewelry, and of course the food processing industries. These are traditionally not the sectors students of which Pilani would be considering, but then I do hope some of you would opt for more unconventional choices. These sectors desperately need management expertise. Today they comprise scores of MSMEs with semi-skilled workers. Most lack quality and operate at the lower value-adding products and services. For instance, the leather industry employs approximately 25 lakh workers, with skilled and semi-skilled workers constituting nearly 50% of the total workforce. As one of the largest exporters of leather, there is no reason why India cannot move the value chain into design of finished product, shoes, bags, etc., In a fashion-conscious world, there are premium tax on these products, and countries like China have moved away to the higher value-added goods and is the global leader in footwear with 67% of the market share. With management talent, better skills training, and use of technology, the industry can produce a global brand equivalent to the Louis Vuitton of the world. Similar entrepreneurship opportunities are available in textiles, gems, and others, so I hope you will give this some thought. Apart from conventional manufacturing, new areas such as green technologies, electronics, and semiconductor industry offer immense potential, with the government incentivizing the same. At 6.3% of overall imports and almost 2% of India's gross domestic product, electronic imports contribute significantly to the country's trade imbalance. Today, any equipment from cars to cameras has an increasing amount of electronics and mainly semiconductor chips. The power of semiconductor provides the selling edge to these products. India needs millions of various electronic systems at low cost rather than import them, which we do today. India imports $33 billion of electronic goods, behind only gold and oil. It consumes $7 billion of semiconductor products every year, figure that is expected to raise to $55 billion by 2020. We must catalyze entry of more players in this industry and become a competing force to Taiwan, China, etc. Some experts believe there is also an opportunity for small innovative niche firms that focus on sunrise industries and sectors that are design and technology intensive and require very highly skilled labor. Nanoelectronics, photonics, additive manufacturing are some examples. Institutions such as Pilani can lead the creation of an ecosystem of research and development that includes such firms, public sector science and technology institutes, and private entrepreneurs to commercialize the opportunity. The industry-academia connect can be achieved on other fronts too. Joint innovation and research is a very important yet underutilized area in India, and I'm happy to note that it's very much an area of focus for the future plan of Pilani. I would urge you to establish the research path with industry collaboration. One suggestion is to focus on innovations that help delivery of education and skilling. MOOCs offer the flexibility of anytime learning, and today the government has allocated 500 crores for creation of a network infrastructure to deliver such online courses across India. Simulator-based training can be the real cost saver in many manufacturing processes, and these can be developed in India at 1/3 the cost of imported equipment. This has been proven by a team, TCS, which has developed welding and driving simulators for vocational training. Engineers and engineering skills have remained somewhat in an ivory tower of their own, but today's pervasive high technology world requires mainstreaming of engineering in very creative ways. As an example, I wanted to share with you what Tata Advanced Systems of TASL, an aerospace company, has experimented very, very successfully. Safety and reliability are the cornerstones of aerospace industry, along with zero tolerance for errors in manufacturing and assembling operations. This makes it imperative that excellent craftsmanship is not just a matter of choice, but only the way of life. TASL has set up an advanced craftsmanship training center that trains young ITI graduates on high-precision drilling and riveting techniques. Such is the culture they are delivering fully indigenous S-92 helicopter cabin for the Sikorsky, meeting the highest global standards. They have delivered over 60 central cabins in the last 3 years. The point made here is that it's possible to train 10th class students with the technical knowledge and skills for such high quality manufacturing. Those amongst them that reach highly skilled levels are selected for a 3-year BS in engineering technology from Pilani, thus paving the way for further possibilities. This goes to prove that industry should stop complaining of lack of skilled workers and start investing in training people. I commend Pilani in forging and sustaining partnerships with industry in the case of TASL. Learning in the context of work is critical to success. I am keen to learn how you might wish to expand your internship and industry connect programs. Not all internship programs need to be in the physical premises of an industry partner. For example, TCS has rolled out a successful virtual learning program for science students, which is called Open Ignite. I would like to urge universities like which to collaborate with companies to work out such innovative mechanisms of learning, sharing, and training. In the national context, education and skilling are being brought together through an effort called the Vocationalization of Education. This aims to bring job-oriented skills training into mainstream education, starting at the school level and continuing into colleges. I would like to quote the example of Tata Institute of Social Sciences here. In partnership with the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports and the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, a pilot has been launched in 10 universities to impact 50,000 students to make them more employable. During the 3 years of graduation, they acquire generic skills such as IT and financial and English, followed by domain knowledge in the social sector, such as hospitality, healthcare, banking, etc. Industry partners are developing the courses to ensure relevance. The point is that institutions of higher learning can engage in broader national tasks in very, very innovative ways. Pilani could potentially take up entrepreneurship, a thrust area of the government, even preparing a national strategy on how we can unlock rural and social entrepreneurship. This would go a very long way. Is yet another opportunity. We have excellent infrastructure which can be optimized during slack time. For example, Shastra University in Tamil Nadu trained underprivileged students in the community in vocational skills and placed them in companies located close by. Our national policy supports such initiatives. In fact, there is an MHRD directive on the same. It's time we shared more. It's time to do more with less. Along the same thought, the recently announced budget includes a focus on creating rural IT infrastructure. How can we create linkages between institutes such as yours with the immediate community around you? After all, the application of science and technology can be measured only by our ability in effective rural technology delivery, and wealth creation must happen in villages. All of you step into a different world soon. The transition from being a student to a professional is an important phase, and I have no doubt that each one of you would succeed in this transition. I do hope that you will always carry with you the knowledge and values inculcated here at Pilani, and that you will always emulate the visionaries who created such institutes of learning. Standing tall amongst them is Ghanshyam Birla, a visionary who worked tirelessly for the benefit of the society as a whole, a man who thought the spirit of enterprise was necessary for the nation to prosper. The value and the ethics of the Birla legends are now being carried forward so ably by Kumar Mangalam Birla, your Chancellor. So if there is one thing I wish for you today, it is that may you carry within you the spirit of enterprise always. Thank you very much.
That the distinguished Alumnus Awards of Pilani for the year 2014 will be conferred.
The distinguished Alumnus Awards of Pilani for the year 2014 have been conferred upon Mr. Pradeep Kashyap, founder and CEO Mart for Social Entrepreneurship, Dr. Chandrasekhar, Director C.D. Pilani for Professional Management of Businesses, Professor Anil Bhava, Professor, Kansas State University, Manhattan
for academic teaching and research, Mr. Raju Reddy, Independent Director, Secular Technology, and founder, former CEO and Chairman of Sierra Atlantic for Entrepreneurship, and Professor Gurinder S. Sohi, Professor, University of Wisconsin-Madison for academic teaching and research. Sir, today, the award will be received in person by Mr. Pradeep Kashyap, Dr. Chandrasekhar, and Professor Gurinder S. Sohi. Mr. Pradeep Kashyap. Mr. Pradeep Kashyap graduated with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from BITS Pilani in 1969. He is the founder and chief executive officer of MART. He is recognized as the face of rural industry. Mr. Kashyap is known as the father of rural India. He gave up a successful corporate career. At the age of 40, he devoted his life for improving the quality of life of rural poor. He started Gram Shri Melas in 1989 on behalf of Ministry of Rural Development for sale of rural products in cities. He co-created the world-famous project Shakti with Unilever, which later became a case study at Harvard. He created a collective marketing model with 10,000 tribal women in Orissa. Mr. Kashyap co-created the project Arogya with Novartis to address TB in rural India using local youth as health entrepreneurs, which won several national and international awards. He co-created a public-private partnership community kitchen pay-per-use model with HP Gas, which won several national awards. Mr. Kashyap devoted his professional time on free basis throughout his social work for public good. He has served on national committees of RBI, NABARD, SIDBI, Ministry of Rural Development, and many others to represent the cause of the poor and recommend schemes and strategies for addressing poverty through livelihood creation and marketing support. Mr. Kashyap has pioneered new concepts of inclusive marketing, 3M model of livelihoods promotion, 3M approach to innovation and participatory research tools, which are recognized globally and adopted by many NGOs, donors, and companies. Mr. Kashyap was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award 2013 by Rural Marketing Association of India. He was honored by Star Youth with Talent Management Leader 2011 Award, chosen for Skandan Award 2011 for inculcating human values in management, Jamnalal Bajaj Award 1991 for his outstanding contribution to rural development. In recognition of his knowledge leadership, he was invited to serve as Prime Minister's Office and Chief Minister's Committees on Employment Generation in the informal sector. The Distinguished Alumnus Award in the category of Social Entrepreneurship is awarded to Mr. Pradeep Kashyap in recognition of his outstanding contribution to the society. Through these achievements, Mr. Kashyap has brought glory to the name of this institute. Dr. Chandrasekhar. Dr. Chandrasekhar obtained his MSc and PhD degrees in physics from BITS Pilani in 71 and 75 respectively. Thereafter he moved to CD Pilani, where, after serving as a postdoctoral fellow, he joined the Institute at Scientist B in August 1977. He rose to the position of director and has been serving as director of CD since 2003. In 1980, Dr. Chandrasekhar initiated research work at CD in the field of LSI, VLSI design and CAD, and established one of the best-known R&D groups in the field in the country. Under his leadership, the group developed the country's first full custom dedicated LSI processor chip, the first semi-custom CMOS VLSI chip for digital telephone exchanges of CDAC, the first 16x32-bit general-purpose processor, and the first application-specific instruction set processor. He has established new research laboratories at CIRI in the field of high-power microwave devices, MEMS, microsensors, integrated systems, and nanoelectronic devices, which have served both the strategic sector and the society immensely. Dr. Chandrasekhar also played a key role in the formulation and execution of Government of India Department of Electronics national initiatives in microelectronic research and education through various research-focused programs and the well-known Special Manpower Development Program for VLSI design and related software. He has pioneered the use of VHDL and synthesis-based VLSI design methodology in academia, industry, and strategic sector R&D in the country. He has published more than 90 research papers in reputed national and international journals. Dr. Chandrasekhar has served as a member of governing bodies of CSIR, BITS Pilani, NIT Kurukshetra, UIT Kurukshetra University, Modi University of Science and Technology. He has also been a member of CSR Society, Society for Semiconductor Laboratories of ISRO, and on the board of directors of CEL. He is a fellow of IETE, honorary fellow of Metrology Society of India, and a life member of Indian Physics Association, Semiconductor Society of India, and Indo-French Technical Association. Dr. Chandrasekhar has been awarded UNESCO Rocta Young Scientist Award in 1986, CIRI Foundation Day Merit Award in 1988, ISHE Science Counselor Award in 2005, Professor L.K. Maheshwari Foundation Distinguished Elements Award in 2010, Doctor of Science Honoris Causa by NIT Kurukshetra in 2012, and IETE Diamond Jubilee Gold Medal Award in 2013. The Distinguished Alumnus Award in the category of Professional Management of Businesses is awarded to Dr. Chandrasekhar in recognition of his outstanding contributions to society. Through his achievements, Dr. Chandrasekhar has brought glory to the name of this district. Professor Gurinder S. Sohi. Professor Gurinder S. Sohi holds a bachelor's degree in EEE from BITS Pilani in 1981, an MS in electrical engineering, and a PhD in electrical and computer engineering, both from University of Illinois, United States. Professor Sohi has been a faculty at the University of Wisconsin-Madison since 1985, where he is currently the John P. Mortgage Professor and E. David Cronin Professor of Computer Sciences. He served as the chair of the Computer Science Department from 2004 to 2008. Over the years in his work, Professor Sohi focused on innovative techniques of fine-grained and instruction-level parallelism in high-performance microprocessors and has had stellar accomplishments in the field. Many of his direction-changing innovations have gone to become defining characteristics of important commercial microprocessors, and results from his research can be found in almost every high-end microprocessor in the market of today. For nearly a quarter of a century, Professor Sohi has interacted heavily with industry and discussed his research with architects and given talks and design groups at most of the leading microprocessor manufacturers, including Digital Equipment, Hall, Hewlett-Packard, IBM, Intel, MITS, Motorola, Silicon Graphics, and Sun Microsystems. He has received widespread recognition for his work. Received the 1999 ACM Sigurd Maurice Wilkes Award for seminal contributions in the area of high-issue rate processors and instruction-level parallelism, and 2011 ACM IEEE Eckert-Moseley Award for pioneering widely used micro-architectural techniques for instruction-level parallelism. At the University of Wisconsin, he was selected as a Willis Associate in 1997, awarded Bart Kellett Mid-Career Faculty Researcher Award in 2000, selected as Board's named professor in 2007. He is a fellow of both ACM and IEEE and was elected to National Academy of Engineering in 2009. The Distinguished Alumnus Award in the category of Academic Teaching and Research is awarded to Professor Gurinder S. Gori in recognition of his outstanding contribution to his life. So this achievement was the calling of God glory to the name of this institution.
Vice Chancellor Sir, in the 74th award of March 2014, 73 candidates of on-campus programs of Pilani campus, out of which 5 candidates qualified for second degree under dual degree scheme of the institute, were awarded degrees. 21 candidates opted to accept the degree in this convocation, and further the degrees have been dispatched. Now I present to you 1,039 candidates of 75th award of on-campus program at Pilani campus, out of which 213 candidates qualified for the second degree under dual degree scheme of the institute, including those in absentia who have been examined and found qualified for various degrees, to which I pray they may be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the chairman of the Senate of BITS Pilani, I do hereby admit 21 candidates of the 74th award and 1,039 candidates of the 75th award, out of which 213 candidates qualified for the second degree under dual degree scheme of the institute to various degrees, together with all the rights and privileges thereto, and charge them that they prove themselves worthy of the same.
Vice Chancellor Sir, in the 74th award of March 2014, 21 candidates were awarded PhD degrees. 8 candidates opted to accept the degree in this convocation, and to others the degree has been dispatched. Now I present to you 22 candidates of 75th award who have duly qualified at the end of second semester 2013-2014 to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Total 13 candidates in person and 17 candidates in absentia. Aparajita Sharma. Shafali Baker. Arun. Prasan Kumar S. Prasan Kumar S. Vishal Mishra. Vice Chancellor Sir, I present to you 12 candidates of of 75th award from Pilani campus who have duly qualified at the end of second semester 2013-14 to receive the degree of Master of Engineering Biotechnology. 8 candidates in person and 4 candidates in absentia. Purnima Sharma, Mohammad Ghulam Abdul Qadir, Ayushi Jain, Zara Bukhari, Razna Kashu, Atif Mehraj Kababi, Vipul Vijay Pure, Patil Mukund Subir Singh,
Vice Chancellor Sir, in the 74th award of March 2014, one candidate was awarded the degree ME Chemical. The degree has been dispatched to the candidate. Now I present to you 17 candidates of 75th award from Pilani campus who have duly qualified at the end of the second semester 2013-14 to receive the degree Master of Engineering Chemical with or without specialization. Total 10 candidates in person and 7 candidates in absentia. Subhi Vasist, Gosalkar Sunil, Sweta Sarma, Sai Deepak, Nikhil Palwekar, K.S. Basavaraj, Bhuvnesh M, Amrita, Pratibha Paul, Ashwin N,
Vice Chancellor Sir, in the 74th award of March 2014, 2 candidates were awarded the degree ME Civil with specialization. The degrees have been dispatched to the candidates. Now I present to you 29 candidates of 75th award from Pilani campus who have duly qualified at the end of second semester 2013-14 to receive the degree Master of Engineering Civil with or without specialization. Total 18 candidates in person and 11 candidates in absentia. Ruchika Agarwal, Bhupali Datta, P. Rajesh Reddy, Aditya Sadashiv Manik, Manpreet Singh, Sanju Sagar, Gaurav Ghosh, Y. Shivaram Krishna, Chandra J. Jantiman, Vaibhav Ravinder, Nandikam Dilip Akshay Kumar, Guripati Shiva Nagarajan Kiran Kumar, Ayub Ahmed, Meenakshi, Chitrapalli Prasidhar Kumar Reddy, Gulgati Sonal Sunil Rao, Gulgati Sajesh Kumar, Jam S. Kampi,
Vice Chancellor Sir, I present to you 14 candidates from 75th award from Pilani campus who have duly qualified at the end of second semester 2013-14 to receive the degree of Master of Engineering Communication. Total 4 candidates in person and 10 candidates in absentia. Ravina Bala, Master of Engineering Embedded Systems. Anirban Jyoti. Neeraj Bogade. Amiya Vikram Singh. Raja Dinit. Tushar Ramji. Osaria Blue. Vice Chancellor Sir, I present to you 13 candidates of 75th Award from Pilani campus who have duly qualified at the end of second semester 2013-14 to receive the degree of Master of Engineering Microelectronics. L. Narin Singh. Bhavasar G. Himanshu Verma. Artiya Pondipuri. Anshul Jindal. Mini Goyal. Anna Vinay Kumar.
Vice Chancellor, sir, in the 74th Award of March 2014, one candidate was awarded the degree of Semi-Computer Science. The degree has been dispatched. Now I present you 17 candidates of 75th Award from Pilani campus who have duly qualified at the end of second semester 2013-14 to receive the degree of Master of Engineering Computer Science. Total 12 candidates in person and 5 candidates in absentia for the degree. Yatrika Chawla, Gabriel Pawan, Tijar, Mudai Makuran Pilani, Jagut Srivastav, Krishna Gopalan, Shirupulla PR S. Ija, Mayure Peter, Ravi Bankal, Devaka Priyan, Akshay Bhatnagar, Devaka Muni, Rajesh Pai, Vinita Chaudhary, Vice Chancellor Sir, in 74th Award of March 2014, one candidate was awarded the degree of heavy software system. The candidate has opted to accept the degree in this convocation. Now I present you 21 candidates of 75th Award from Pilani campus who have duly qualified at the end of second semester 2013-14 to receive the degree of Master of Engineering Software Systems. Total 10 candidates in person and 12 candidates in absentia. Mitakshi Agarwal, Tausif Khan, Abhinav Anand, Deep Shikha Sharma, Anand Khan, Aditya Mani Tripathi, Kumar Rathiyot, Vedika Rathod,